podcast you cheer for. Sneaker business talk. It's the Soul Material Podcast.
All right, Soul Material Podcast. It's T Mark the Street Shark.
And your man, the OGEO. And right now, buckle your seatbelts. I'm so excited because this is one of those episodes where you get to see why we do what we do, who we are, what we are. It's clarity over popularity. It's sneaker business talk, but it's also us not talking about where we've been and what we did. We get to show you what we're all about. So in the words of Dr. Dre, and I'm going to tailor his lyrics a little bit, you're about to witness the strength of sneaker knowledge. So without further ado, T Mark, the Street Shark, the shark himself, is going to show you how he did it when he was on these blocks during a time that was a peak time we even know we was a part of it, because it was just the norm for us. And these days are long gone now, but given the timing of not only of the passing of Kobe Bryant, RIP, but with the release of Netflix, of the Redeem Team, and shout out to Melo and to LeBron and to Carlos Booz and Coach from Duke and everybody who was a part of that. But the timing is just perfect to do this. And I love to just show off why we are what we are. We just not some old heads, on the corner talking about old times. No, we still a part of this, baby. So without further ado, T Mark the Street Shark, I'm going to sit back, relax, and I'm going to be a witness. Please do what you do.
All right, so here we go. So this is a special art of acquisition episode.
Yes, sir.
It definitely showcases who we are. Thought this was, like you said, good timing, just to showcase, again, this is nostalgia and memories. And over time, we've worked different positions in the industry, where in multiple levels inside of the industry. So we've also had all types of connections. But the best part about being a purist is that sometimes it's just about the hunt, right? It's the thrill of the chase. That's what the game used to be, and all the other stuff that we've talked about in nostalgia episodes or whatever. But it's not even, it's what the game will always be, right? And that's the pure at heart. When you walk into the store, you find something, or you want to find that deal. All right, so that's what the shark is all about. Especially if I find something for you, you get the shark emoji. It's just like, we got a shark bite, we got something, something hot in the water. You know what I mean? So if it's a good deal, amongst us sneaker friends, it's just natural for us to communicate with each other. When we're out, send a picture. We know each other's sizes, so it's like, hey, you want it while I'm here, and we just know you got to respond before somebody leaves, or if we didn't get the heads up that you're out or outlet shopping or whatever. We always, because although we're going to similar stores, they're all different inventories throughout the country, for real. So, and many of those stores that I've talked plenty about, especially when you're flipping or whatever you were doing, Ross, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, all those good things. They, Burlington Coat Factory, all these aftermarket or third-party stores that are picking up old inventory that may not have sold through Foot Locker or whatnot. Again, we've talked about these things, especially in supply chain episodes and global supply chain and everything that the pandemic has messed up. And those stores are some of the stores that we're talking about that just, it will never be the same. They're not going to get signature shoes that don't sell in Champs, and then they end up on the shelf at Ross. You're not going to get the volume anymore. Everything, and if it is, it's going to be quite a while for this cycle to go out. So that's to set up this story, because now, because of the time and the circumstance, there was one deal that we were able to acquire, and in the OG found this while he was out and sent it to me. And I said, yeah, go get it, cop that. You know what I'm saying? And then we think nothing of it, right? Because we do it so much, we think nothing of it. You're right. So we're not texting each other. It was a deal. Again, with the timing that you set up about the Redeem Team and the Netflix episode, and LeBron and D Wade executive produced and really got us behind the scenes, and watching that just triggered me into a memory that was overlooked. So I want to share that with the world now, and now you get to see. So when we're talking about the Redeem Team, go back and watch the episode. What did the Black Mamba have on his feet? That was the beginning of the fly wire technology era, and introduced the Hyperdunk. All right, so Kobe, as a signature athlete, actually was the spokesperson for the Hyperdunk. Right, you saw him jump over Ashton Martin in one of the first versions of viral video ads. Right, so we had the Olympic Redeem Team like collection. It was called the United We Rise, to be exact. So you actually saw that with the Mellows on the Jordan collection, the bronze, and then also D Wade, because he was at Converse at that time, all had the same color palette, and they had like this tribal print on there. So they had a collage of things that represented that team, that USA basketball team. So without further ado, here is the shoe. All right, here's the shoe that we are talking about. All right, look at this. This is the OG. What is this, 2014? Somewhere around there. Here we go, the Nike Hyperdunk. All right, this is the United We Rise. We have the logo on the tongue. But notice that I'm strategic. I want you to see this tag right here. I want you to see this tag. All right, that says Marshalls. All right, this shoe
with the full box, tissue paper,
everything. You had a selection. This I wear a size 12. All right, we know your hype beasts know what a size 12 sells for and all that. All right, this shoe, Hyperdunk, came from this store, acquired by none other than the OG, and then now it's in the Sharks' hand. All right, and clearly I've never worn the shoe. All right, this is years ago that this was acquired. Probably over 5 years. Yeah, definitely over 5 years.
Definitely.
Yeah, probably even longer than that. I don't know. But Marshalls. All right. So now I'm just gonna do this reveal for you. Hope you all can see this. Look at that. I'll just lean in a little bit closer.
And Virginia tax at that time was 6.5%.
Come on. Come on. I'll just pause it really quick. You can look at that. $49.99. $49.99. The Redeem Team. Hyperdunk. This is the art of acquisition at its finest. All right. This is probably easily top 5 acquisitions of all time. All right. It wasn't at the time. It was just the next thing. Right. But circumstance, RIP, Kobe Bryant, Kobe Bean, the Black Mamba. We miss you. This is gonna stay like this forever. So don't try to DM me trying to buy these. No.
And Shark, again, the clarity. Let's just go ahead and call it what it was. Just simply going into a store, seeing a whole bunch, literally 3 or 4 stacks of black shoe boxes, saying, "What are these?" And opening up one of the boxes, saying, "Oh," and all these have no yellowing, no nothing, no marks. And I just sent a text message. And the funny thing is that I passed on those because I was in love with the Germany pair, and I had the Germany pair actually on my feet that day. And I was like, I don't need these.
The Germany pair, yeah.
Because again, going to VCU, those are the school colors. You know what I mean? So the black, white, and the yellow. So
I know you can't see it on here, but if you see that the red check still has a little marking on it. So here's a cheat code, because the codes on the Rosses and Marshalls, what they ever wrote with one of those paint Sharpies on the sole of a shoe, they write like a 3-digit number, right? Well, that's actually the price. All right.
Days.
So if this actually says 050, $49.99.
Boom, boom.
All right. So that used to be like I just felt like it was like the wire payphone code or whatever that you just had to crack and figure out, because sometimes they didn't have a tag, and just like the OG just said, sometimes they're not on display, and you just see a stack of black Nike boxes and you just figure it out, and then you have to explore, and you have to like open up all the boxes, because when you're in stores like that, that doesn't necessarily have to be the shoe that you're looking for that's inside of the box, and then there's hidden stuff at the bottom of the stack or whatever. I was famous for hiding shoes like that too, just if I didn't want to buy it initially, and then would come back to it. So yeah, that's wow, what a time. I don't think that we'll ever be able to recreate something like that, but that was just a glimpse into, we've been doing this, and we don't have to tell you about it, but with this platform, just wanted to again showcase what the auto acquisition looks like, especially in its prime right there of and we're not even thinking about like, and then there's so many times we've given this, there's no discount even to be had. It's just you saw it, you got it. I probably sent you around that time, there's Trunners and all types of stuff that was hidden those stores, but at that time we were getting Barclays, like multiple Barclays and signature shoes. So
it's funny you say that, Tony, because now that I think about it, I not only passed on those because I had the Germanys, I ended up purchasing that day the Nike Air Command Force, the Billy Hoyles, for $69.99. So I'm like, I'm gonna get one or the other. That was the time I'm like, oh, that's how normalized things were. I'm like, I'll just get the Billy Hoyles instead of these.
I probably had like 5 Billy Hoyles just from Marshalls alone. I still had some other stores that I acquired from, and I might have told some of those stories in some of our earlier auto acquisitions, because I remember probably like a year ago selling one of them that I had acquired very cheaply, and then I remember they sold for like $400, and I was like, yeah, you guys are crazy.
Understood.
But these were the times. So there were plenty of things out there, but again, just wanted to again share a story that makes your two hosts of the Soul Material podcast, these are the things that makes us unique. These are just a glimpse into our relationship and how our bond has been forged forever, and it's just really this is what we do, so just wanted to share, because these are, we just, not to say that we take anything for granted, right? Part of this story is attached to Kobe Bryant, so it's just a humbling reflection to make sure that we do appreciate the little things, because these are the memories that we look back on, and again, that's that nostalgia. That's where we're sparking up that nostalgia. We talk about that all the time, and again, this is this is why we're the podcast to cheer for. All right. So just always love telling these stories, peeling back the layers, and this one's just a layer of transparency, because there's plenty more that we could tell, but I thought that with the everyone thinking about the Redeem team, just wanted to show you what it was like around there, around that time, and just all the things, because I remember when those when I got that message from you, I was just like, what? Those are there? Because those meant something to me, and I missed them at the time of when they really came out, because they weren't even around like that. Because
they weren't.
So again, you also have to remember that some of those stores picked up like the releases that weren't even in the stores like that, and then you would be surprised, right? Somebody go Google, for our listeners, go Google about the mystery of the red Victor cruises. Okay, that look like basically the Yeezys. Red October Yeezys, the Nike Yeezys, and like that went straight to Marshalls only. And then the
Straight to
resale
DVD.
and the resale on that was crazy.
Crazy.
Especially that was more eBay because StockX didn't exist at that time, so that was all eBay. So again, sometimes I feel like I'm telling this story like, remember when you used the VCR? But it comes out like that because things have changed so quickly, and it's all in our timeline for our life. But yeah, that was you just had to, again, that this is definitely a story of you had to be there. But this is why we say when you acquire, you had to have the patience, you had to keep showing up, you had to hunt. All right, that's why it's part of the thrill of the chase is the hunting for the deals, and then when you find them, it's that's your trophy. The trophy isn't the shoe; it's the deal, the shoe, the story, the journey, all of that. That's what makes it fulfilling. That's when you're a true, a purist, and that's what we promote here. So yeah, I think that's a good way to tie up that story. But anything you got, OG, you got a cherry on top for that story?
Not at all. I just got to go back and look at the year. Because it may have been a year after the release. That's what I'm intrigued about, to see when the shoe actually came out and when we actually had that acquisition, because it may have been a year or a year and a half after the official release date, to be honest with you. So that's what I'm make sure.
I know I'm making a little bit of noise because I'm going through the box, but I just wanted to do one more thing just to let people know it's real, because the shark says everything. All right. So here's actually the receipt.
Does the ink still on it?
I know the ink this isn't one of those that's fading away. But I will tell you the exact date for the record. Let the record show.
Here we go.
8/14/18.
Okay.
Was this purchase? And yes, $49.99. It was 5.3% tax. So
I said 6. Daggone.
$52.64 is the ticket on this receipt from 2018. All right.
Wow.
And again, so these shoes came out way before then anyway, but that's why the retro, because this is more like the retro. Of that shoe. This is not the original that came out when the Redeem Team, because the Hyperdunks did retro, and then they had this colorway, and I was just like, yo, I have to have the Redeem Team colorway. Like, I can't not have it. And then when these popped up, wow, that's why those popular the Ross finds and Marshalls finds hashtags or whatever. Sometimes you're just seeing what other people's Rosses and Marshalls have, like, oh, what they have down in Florida. They get stuff a little earlier, or over on the West Coast in New Mexico or something. They're getting them, and then now what to look for when around your area. So, and then you already said it, you bought those in Richmond, Virginia. So, and I'm at that, there's more options in other places. So for that market to have that shoe, that was even more of a, strike of gold, strike a lightning moment. So that's why you had to be there, and you were, and we were. Understood. So there you go.
Until next time, it's the OGEO.
All right, T-Mark the Street Shark. Art of acquisition. Practice your art. Soul Material.
Punk.
We're out.